couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Pickett, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head.
Under pressure, they got him again. There's Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Iwundu. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zadarius Smith Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Patterson's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 135 yards, big game.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
On third down, Jackson. They'll get this to Nwangu. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The Ravens at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Up the middle, Nwangu. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Another rundown for Nwangu. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again.
And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, Parker.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. That's taken in by Duvernay.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Now Pickett.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
He made his first, this from 47 yards out.
Patterson's kick is good.
But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
An option handoff given to Harris.
And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Devin Duvernay
from 17 yards out.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it makes the score 21-10. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. And he's got it. Touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are back within a score. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-17. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And that's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fall in. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
The decision that time was to keep it, and not a great one. Once he got out right with the football, there was just nowhere to go.
And I felt bad for his offensive line there because their job is to create creases, right? Create openings. But if those defenders keep their shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and refuse to be budged, that's the end result. No place for him to turn upfield. No chance to gain any yardage.
They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Deontay Johnson, 56 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs
at their 25-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
Pickett now from the gun here.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And it's fielded at the 34.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. First play's a run with Nwangu.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
This is something that we've seen from Lamar Jackson since back in his Louisville days. He can be so dangerous with the RPO.
Yeah, and whoever designed the RPOs, it's almost like they had a guy like Lamar Jackson in mind because of his ability to do everything. He can tuck it and throw it. He can tuck it and run it. He can hand it off inside when he gets the right read. Bottom line is most teams want him to hand it off because when he takes off and goes, he can break down a defense.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
To throw is Jackson. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Back to throw, Pickett.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And it thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Jackson on first down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Patrick Ricard, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as he just ran on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Pickett, fourth down, desperation time.
And able to find Kirk complete.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
All right, guys, all right. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
And here's Freiermuth again.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
So that drive 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up a throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Robert Spillane. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Handoff right side to Wandu.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football on the quarterback.
It was because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My A-spoon going big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style. on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters. This ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight. I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad. Pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab. Pay what it call for the tab, extra with the band. Young Cruiser King, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something about Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the. Yes, it's the intro.